Okay, so I just came out of the shower, and I remember as I was washing my balls, I remembered a person from back in high school that was a major super soaker. And let's just say today's story is really out of pocket. That intro was too weird. I'm not gonna get demonetized, right? Like, I was just talking about washing my balls. Okay. I think we're good. But anyways, let's just get straight into the story. Yo, what is going on, you guys? My name's Bubba, and welcome to a brand new story time. So this story takes place back when I was in high school, and it was my grade 10 year. Now, it was the first semester of grade 10, and I remember I was walking down the hallway just doing my own thing, and actually, funny enough, I was heading over to math class. When I got to math class, I remember I ended up sitting down, and I was sitting down with my table group that I usually sat with in math. Now, when I was sitting with them, I remember one of my homies ended up coming up to me saying, "Yo, bro, did I tell you I got a new girlfriend?" "No, you didn't. You got a new girlfriend? That's awesome, man." And I remember dabbing him up. The reason he tells me these things is because apparently he like looks up to me when it comes to me pulling women, which I find weird because, well, I'm gonna be honest right now, even though half of this channel is about me doing the devil's tango, it is no flex to have a bunch of women. Like, having a body count of over 100 is not a flex. It's just not. It just means I'm a master key. That makes sense, right? You know what? I'll explain that in another video. But going on, I remember he ended up basically telling me about his new girlfriend that this guy got, and I'm not gonna lie to you, she sounded like an amazing girl. But then he ended up telling me, "Let me just say this though, this girl is always in the mood." Always in the mood? I mean that she always wants to do the devil's tango. Like, she's like the perfect girl. I remember I found this super weird and actually started kind of questioning, why was she like that? Was she like me that was always a hypersexual, or one of those odd ones? Kind of like things a bit freaky. Because when a girl likes doing the devil's tango there's usually a lot more to it. It's a whole science, and honestly, I can explain it for another video, but I will say this much. I have to be careful about what I say on YouTube. Most of these things I actually say live on Kick. So if you guys are people that love watching the channel, then my advice is watch me live on Kick streaming, telling crazy stories like this and answering all your questions live. That was a bit of an ad, but anyways, going on with the story. I remember I ended up basically telling him, "Yo, bro, I mean, that's pretty cool that your girlfriend's like always in the mood though. Like, I mean, you can't lose there." And basically one thing led to another. He ended up basically showing me photos of this girl, and this girl I actually kind of knew. Now, no, I did not do the devil's tango with her, but I remember one of my other buddies ended up dating this girl before him. Let's just say she had one super move that she called the super soaker. If you guys don't know what it means, basically this girl would can I explain this on YouTube? Would I get demonetized? I think I would. Honestly, I don't think I can say in detail what it means to be a super soaker. Okay, so I was just informed I can't say what it means, but take a wild guess. If you can't guess, then honestly, you're too young to be watching this channel. But going on, I remember one thing led to another, and basically, I kind of told him how, like, yo, like, this girl, like, how many times have you done this girl before? And he told me that he hasn't done it yet. And that's when I started questioning, saying, then how do you know she's always in the mood? And that's because this girl always invites him to go do it somewhere, but he hasn't done it yet. It makes no sense. It's like this guy was avoiding to do it with her, but yet he flexes doing with her. And I don't know, it's a super weird one. And honestly, I don't want to get into details because obviously that's not the part we're all wanting to hear. Anyways, this is where the story gets really good. I remember basically we were just sitting down in math class doing some homework after the teaching lesson that the teacher gave. And one thing I started realizing is that my buddy's phone kept vibrating over and over again. It was super weird to me. And I remember I ended up telling him, "Yo, bro, your phone keeps vibrating and it's getting annoying. Like, I can't do my homework." "Oh, sorry, bro. It's just my girl, you know, she's always trying to hit me up." "That's great, man. Now just, you know, tell her to shut up." Like, I literally told him to tell this girl to shut up. I don't really know. And apparently he did end up telling him. I don't really know. I was just really not in the mood, to be honest. And I found it just really weird how he's just flexing about this girl that he hasn't done but done. You know, I don't know. There's a whole thing going on. And let's just say this. Back when I was in high school, I had major anger issue. That's why I would take it out by doing the devil's tango. You know what? This channel's gotten way too personal. Like, we're getting way too personal on this channel. Okay, sorry, going on. I remember afterwards, basically, he ended up basically going on his phone and he saw that he got a message. And when he looked at this message, he opened his eyes wide open and stood up right away saying, "Oh, I need to go to the bathroom." And he ended up leaving. Now, there's only one moment where I have done that myself, and that was to go and get some. So I remember at that moment, I basically sat there just like being weirded out thinking, where in the world is he gonna do it? And that's when I remembered I told him about a story that I did where I actually did it in the bathroom. And at that moment, I was hoping that he wasn't gonna go do it in the bathroom. But then at the same time, I wasn't sure if he was. And it got to the point where I was questioning in my mind, was he really gonna do it? And this is where my dumb brain decides to, you know, become Curious George the monkey and basically kind of discover what happened. So I remember I ended up basically standing up and saying I had to go to the bathroom as well. And my teacher ended up telling me, "Oh, okay, just make sure he comes back." So basically, my teacher ended up sending me to go get him while I also go take a waz. So I ended up going straight to the bathroom and I ended up walking in there. When I walked in there, I saw nobody there, there until I looked under the stall. And when I looked under the stalls, I remember I saw a man and a woman. And let's just say the guy wearing the shoes were the exact same shoes of my friend. And at that moment, I knew this guy was getting some in the male bathroom. Yeah. He was doing it in the bathroom. So I remember instead of going in there and interrupting, I decided to basically go into the stall right beside them and just release a really loud fart. Yeah, I'm not joking. I actually farted super loud. When I did this, I remember they didn't say anything. They just kept going. And all I heard the whole time was... Like, I don't know what else to tell you. It was super awkward and it was super weird and I didn't know what to do. Do I just walk in there and say, hey guys, I'm gonna need you to stop. We gotta go back to math class. Or do I just wait it out until he finishes? And right as I was contemplating in my head what to do, I remember I ended up hearing a really loud noise of this girl moaning. And when I looked down on the ground from the toilet I was sitting on, let's just say there was a lot of water coming out. Now at first I thought the toilet was flooding. So I ended up standing up saying, yo bro, I think your toilet's flooding. And that's when I realized that it wasn't the toilet. It was, can I even say this? It was the super soaker, okay? It was the girl that made apparently enough water to make it look like she peed on the floor. I don't really know what super soaking is anymore. I don't know how to explain this story. Can I just stop? I can't even... I'm already calling it. I'm getting demonetized. Guys, I'm gonna lose everything. I'm actually gonna lose everything. Anyways, yeah, I basically ended up freaking out, realizing that there was a lot of water on the ground, and I ended up basically leaving the bathroom without him. And that wasn't even the worst part. The worst part was when I went back to the classroom, my teacher asked me where he was, and my buddy ended up walking into the classroom right behind me 10 seconds later saying, I spilled some water on myself. And when we saw him, he had a lot of water on him, but only I knew. Guy came in with soaking clothing from his super soaker girlfriend. I know what you guys are probably thinking. You guys were probably thinking that it was a story about me getting super soakered. No, it was about my friend. And yeah, that is basically it for today's story. Make sure you guys do leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. And also, by the way, if you guys want to join my basement, click on the link down below to join my Discord server and join Bubba's basement. There's a lot of crazy stuff happening in there and also a lot of crazy moments and fun things happening as well. Anyways, like I always say, fall for more embarrassing stories. Peace out, guys.